always the same. It's always the same.
It's the same way too. We just want the back. That's what we like possible. That's what you know.
Good morning, and welcome to the college's annual Veterans Day program. Please stand for the presentation of our colors by Boy Scout Troop 166 from Hanover Township. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem, led by Luzerne County Community College 2022 graduate Olivia Sherry. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rock on, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Again, welcome this morning. I'm Laura Kapalka, the Director of Financial Aid here at the college, and also the advisor for the Veterans Club. I'd like to thank Olivia for the beautiful rendition of our national anthem. And thank you all for joining us this morning to honor our country's men and women who have courageously and selflessly served our nation in the United States military, both stateside and abroad. Nearly 100 men and women, both students and staff at the college, are veterans or are actively serving in the United States military. Men and women like Jerome Wilk, 15-year veteran of the United States Air Force. Jerry is both an alumni of the college and one of our colleagues, serving today as director of the college's IT service desk. United States Navy veteran and college alumni, Pastor Fred Mark, and Luzerne County Community College students, U.S. Army Specialist Major Moore, and U.S. Military Combat Medic Samuel Clayton. And unfortunately, Samuel, since his regrets this morning, he is unable to join us. The goals and the inspirations of these veterans led them down different paths in life, but their vision for a meaningful and bright future brought them through the years to a safe place, here to Luzerne County Community College, where they found a purpose and a home. We thank you today and we honor you, as well as all of those in our community and across the nation for your service to our country. Now, to offer his remarks, please help me welcome the President of Luzerne County Community College, Johnny Dietz.
Thank you very much. It is a special honor for me today to stand before you here at the beautiful Patrick J. Solano Veterans Center at Luzerne County Community College. I had the great honor and pleasure of knowing Mr. Solano for many years. I met him when I was a young man, newly elected to the state legislature. I was about 27 years old, and he was in his early 70s. And he pulled me aside the one day. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his background. And he gave me some friendly advice. And I thought, who is this older gentleman telling me who's going to give me advice? And my father pulled me aside. My father, a Korean War veteran, Mr. Solano, a World War II veteran. He said, listen to that man. Listen to the experience he's had in his life. And I got to know Mr. Solano. He told me an amazing story. Nearly 20 missions he flew with his crew in a bomber over Berlin during World War II. And on Victory Europe Day, VE Day, no one in that crew was old enough to drink. But they celebrated. They celebrated that victory. So when you see the names that we have here, the folks that serve, it's up to think that these are not young men and women that go off to war, but it is our young men and women that go off to war. We're so pleased to be able to honor them today. Any nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure. Abraham Lincoln. America endures because of the bravery of its soldiers who stand in defense of our country around the world. America endures because of its veterans who gave the last full measure of their devotion on the battlefield for the cause of freedom. America endures because you and I gather here today on Veterans Day to honor the heroes of American history, the selfless men and women who through the centuries have served their country and willfully sacrificed their lives to secure a free and prosperous nation. It is our solemn duty to honor American veterans and carry forth their story into each new generation of Americans so that their vows and their sacrifice is never forgotten. We are a stronger nation. We are a stronger nation when we pay tribute to America's veterans. So let us today say thank you to every soldier serving our nation, and let us say a hopeful prayer of gratitude to every veteran whose service has allowed us each of us, to inherit a most precious gift enshrined in our Constitution, the blessings of liberty. God bless America's veterans, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, President Utica. Our speaker today is a veteran of the United States Army, Specialist Major Moore. During his 6 years of military service, Major Moore was stationed at both Fort Drums and at Fort Benning. He was also deployed to Iraq and Kuwait for an 8-month tour. A resident of Hunlock Creek, today Major is a 2024 alumni of Luzerne County Community College. He recently returned this fall to the college to continue his education and to pursue a degree in criminal justice. Please help me welcome the United States Army Specialist, Major Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not a big public speaker, but I couldn't say no when Laura asked me because this school has been very good to me since I've been coming here. I started coming here in 2020, and like I said, it's been a very good experience. The staff is very good. Glad Mr. Curtis is here. He's been very helpful. I got my HPE degree here, the Health and Physical Education degree, and I'm very proud to get that because I didn't do very well in high school, and I felt like I got a second chance when I came here. And like she said, I'm pursuing criminal justice now and utilizing the GI Bill to the fullest extent, which I think every veteran, when they get out, should utilize. I mean, it's this benefit I didn't even know I could get. When I joined the Army, I just wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. I wanted to become a better person. When I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. When I finally got through basic training, I went to Fort Benning, Georgia, and got my infantry corps. It was the proudest moment I had. And my parents finally seen the man I become, because, like I said, I wasn't very good at school, and I got some confidence in myself. And then I served 6 years. I first went to Fort Drum, New York, and served with the 10th Mountain Division, which I feel like that was the prime of my military career. I'm very proud to have served with them. It was a light infantry unit. We were on foot, combat job, where I had the choice to be a truck driver, a cook, or an infantryman when I was joining. And I really wanted to pick something up, challenge myself, and which it was. Infantry is a very hard job, very labor intensive. Carrying a rucksack of 100 pounds for 12 miles to get to your destination, to get to the mission. When I was at 10th Mountain, I was a rifleman, an automatic rifleman. And I made it all the way to specialist. It was very cold before Drum, New York. It was very grueling training. But I got through it, and then more confidence built. And then I had a really tough decision after the 3.5 years, which is the minimum time you need to serve for your contract. If I was going to get out, or if I wanted to re-enlist, and I ended up re-enlisting because the benefits are fantastic. You can get a bonus when you're re-enlisting. Like I said, I never even knew when I was joining all the benefits you can get when you're in the military. I just wanted to join I was 18, I wanted to, do something with my life. I didn't think about the money or anything. I wanted to serve my country. So I re-enlisted, and then I went to El Paso, Texas, and I served with the 1st Armored Division. And that was mechanized, where I was a driver for a Striker, which is like just a military vehicle, armored. And that was a lot nicer than when I carried a rucksack around on 12 miles. I just drop off my guys and they go to the mission, and I sit in my truck. So that was a nice end of my 2 years while I was serving. I became a team leader, which when I was in, I gained a lot of values that I still have today. I mean, whenever I talk to someone, I give them respect, I feel them serve, and it just stuck with me, all the traits I got from the military. So yeah, after I served 2 years at El Paso, Texas, it's a tough decision for someone in the military to get out, because I was 18, I didn't know what I was really going to do with my life. That's why a lot of people stay for 20 years, because they don't know what they're going to do when you get out. It's a tough transition, where even with the Veterans Club that you're talking about, maybe that's my calling to work, maybe help the veteran, with that transition, show them around the school, because, you're leaving a lot of your friends and almost like family when you're in the military. I got out and I decided to go to LCCC. It's very close, it's very affordable. The only affordable school really to go around here. It's, and I learned a lot. So I got my HP degree, working on criminal justice now. And like I said, just using the GI Bill. And I wanted to talk about what Veterans Day means to me too. Sometimes I don't think about it because I'm a veteran myself, but I always even just thank the veteran. And I even say I'm a veteran. I just thank someone who has a hat on, just because they're on that or something. Because they go through the sacrifice too. I was watching videos the other day of videos of military members coming home. I'm sure you guys all seen that. Where it almost brings a tear to your eye when you see a kid running up to their dad or mom that's been gone because they were deployed for, like she said, I was deployed in Iraq, my 21st birthday in Iraq. And you're away from your family and you don't know if you're going to come home either. And some military members come home and they, their wife is pregnant and they come home and they miss that whole thing. They miss a lot of things with their friends and family that, this is great that we have a day to recognize that, to where we can recognize all the veterans that, sacrifice their time and their life, possibly. Some veterans come home and they're not old, they're not old. And, like I said, I watch those videos and it brings a tear to my eye when I see people home. My mom was so happy when I finally got home because I got to play with Fort New York Tech Mountain. And I'm really proud that I was able to deploy for my country. I think every veteran wants that. They want to feel like they did something for their country. So I appreciate every one of you that even just saying thank you for your service. You guys have no idea how much that means to the veteran. Whenever I hear that, I always say I appreciate it because, sometimes you forget what you did for your country, But I don't know what else to say. I didn't know this was going to be a big event like this. I'm really honored, though, that the school thinks so highly of me to ask me to do stuff like this. Mr. Curtis asked me to do a luncheon a couple months ago where I was very proud to be able to do that, to be recognized because I did so good throughout the school year. So I try to do my best and do the best work I can. But like I said, thank you guys for being here today and recognizing our veterans today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Major, for your remarks and again for your service to our country. Before we close, I would like to thank you for joining us today to honor our veterans both here at the college and across the nation. Again, thank you for your service. And I would like to invite everyone to join us for lunch here today at the cafe following the ceremony. Now to offer our closing remarks, United States veteran and pastor of the Ascom United Methodist Church, Pastor Craig Mark.
This was set up for adults, Over breakfast one morning, the woman said to her husband, "I bet you don't know what day this is." "Of course I do," he said rather defensively, and then he left for work. At 10 a.m., the doorbell rang to his house. His wife answered the door, and there was a dozen long-stemmed roses. At about 2 o'clock, there came another ring at the doorbell, and she answered, and it was a box of chocolates. Later on, there was a dress that was delivered as well. She was so excited. And when she was waiting for her husband to come home, and when he did, she had these words. She said, "First the flowers, then the chocolates, and then the dress. I've never had such a wonderful April Fool's Day." Dates are special days, times that slip our minds as we get so busy with life. While I often forget dates, I can assure you that May 22nd, 1993 will not slip my mind. It's my anniversary again. How about another date? The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. That's a date we shouldn't forget. Armistice Day. It became Veterans Day in 1954. It's becoming more and more difficult to remember since for the past 30 years, there has continued to be a decline in veterans. In 1990, there were 27,500,000 veterans. While in 2023, the number has declined to a little over 15 million. But it isn't only the dates that can slip our mind, but also the reason for the remembrance of that day. How many remember July 25th, 1950? Or April 30th, 1975, or even December 15th, 2011. And yet those dates of wars or conflicts have now ended. Those dates, World War I, Great conflict, Vietnam War, Iraq. But you know, it isn't just the dates or the reasons for those dates, but it's the people who made all those dates possible. How awesome that today we would have the opportunity to acknowledge those folks who have invested. Yes, they've sacrificed, but they've also invested part of their lives so that you and I could enjoy a freedom that is rare in this world. Rudyard Kipling offered these words in his 1897 poem, "Lest we forget." If we forget, it won't be just for extra gifts that we give to a significant other. It may be for the loss of our freedom that we take for granted. Freedom is fragile. Thank you for all the veterans for shoring up that freedom. God bless you. Would you stand as we retire the colors?
Thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for coming today.